Alrighty then, I think it's streaming. Maybe. Yeah, okay, cool. There it is. There we go. Okay, it's in the middle of the night. I got the insomnias, so whatever. I'm gonna do some Minecraft. I want to build some things. Okay, so a couple things that I've done off camera. Wow, what am I on? It's like I'm trying to step over this glass stuff, but maybe use that there maybe that might be doing it. So I've modified this a bit. All right, I've modified this a bit. I've created a second advanced energy cube, and I've set it up so that I have a comparator going from this one here. When this is about where it is now, gives off a redstone signal, which toggles this other one, which as you can see, it's turning on and off. Now, apparently, cubes will accept energy when they're turned off, but they won't uh, put it out, which kind of not really too surprising. So, in order to continue to provide power to my whole base, I need this thing to remain on at all times, and this is acting like a on-off switch for that. So, excess power is going to the quarry. Other than that, oops, severe lag. Other than that, it's going to the base. I thought that was error for red for error for a moment there. I've gone through, I've upgraded all of the power conduits or whatever these things are called, power pipes, power cables, to ultimate. Same with the logistics. I've also set up so I have another dense cable running down here, and that is dedicated to the crafting things, or dedicated to the like crafting table crafting. So dense cables going to these four things here. I've also upgraded the pattern providers, these expanded pattern providers, which offer 8 times more space, which is absolutely amazing. So each one of these cubes is doing what an entire rectangle thing was doing before, which is pretty great. Like right after I ended the stream, I figured out how to fix this. Apparently, there are 3 buttons for blocking, and I just have this lock until the primary result is returned. And do not push ingredients of other things are already in here. And that so far has solved the issue. And as you can probably tell from my rapid flight movement, I have finally upgraded my jetpack to diamond. Would have gone for emerald, but I don't have enough emeralds for that. Yeah. So I leverage the full auto craftery of this thing, putting in, well, using this for temporary patterns, or to make it more or less. And I discovered, interestingly enough, these molecular assemblers cannot assemble thrusters, capacitors, or the jetpacks themselves. So these 3 kind of recipes here cannot be made in a molecular assembler. So every time I tried to make one, I'd have to pull out the stuff, make it manually, and then toss the results into the return inventory. Yes. Also set this up so the interface here is providing me with a stack of power cables, item cables, and dense smart cables. So I don't have to wait around for more of those to be made. I can just reach in, grab that, and keep going. Yes, so Oh, I encountered this weird issue here. So come over here. This here, raw redstone block. It's when it's broken with a pickaxe, it drops itself. So running it through here does nothing. But if we look at the tags for this thing, you can kind of see right there under item tags, the lower part, the second one down, ores slash redstone, which is the same as redstone ore. So it kept filling this up with this, sending it over to the pickaxe to be broken. Pickaxe would break it. The results would be the same block, which would then come back over to here, which was rather annoying. So I had to put in another filter in this, specifically forbidding this block from entering the system there. Yes. So, all right. So, what I want to get into is extreme reactors. And one of the quest rewards is this book, so I just kind of grabbed it real quick to read through it. And I got to tell you, this book is not as helpful as I'd like it to be. So I had to go in and look up a lot of stuff online. And all right, and what I determined is that I need a lot of wood because I put as a temporary pattern here the reactor casing. If I pull that up, extreme. So reactor casing. Let's see. I believe I saw that number up somewhere. 386. I need about 386, 386. And if I do that, you can see that we actually have enough iron to do it. We just don't have enough wood to make into that. What looks like I probably just chopped down some trees and I would have that. But that aside, what I want to get done is I want to build a farm. Get some farmery going. Which kind of leaves us with the question of create or just pile on. Well, I'm going to need to be doing wood, so it's going to be a kind of a mixture of both, really. Yeah. So, all right. So it's going to be kind of both. I want it to also be a source generator. So, kind of a 15 by 15 area would be ideal. I have no idea what that sound was. Okay. Anyway, that made me jump a little. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking of putting it here, partly because the ease of access to the create thing. Um, but also gonna need, well, it's going to need to go up, so there's not enough space here for that, so probably be on this level here that I build it, kind of where that Enderman is standing. But before we get into that, I need to automate things for create. Yes, I need to set up automation for create. Preparation for that, I kind of set this up already. I've gone ahead and modified how I'm doing this. Instead of one for the entire room, kind of have them like one per machine grouping instead. So that way I can kind of stick things in between here if I want. And it will automatically compensate and keep the machines spinning the right way. Ooh, yes. So, oops. So we're gonna want a couple of things here. Essentially all the machinery that I have set up over at the house is going to need to get adjusted. Ooh. Uh, is this all empty? Is okay. Sounds lagging a little bit. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Okay, okay, okay. Um, okay. Well, I know I can't pull that out. But I can unlock these. They're not necessary anymore. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. Okay. Right. Well, I'm kind of not really running that at the moment, so it's not really necessary. You scared the shit out of me. You know what? No. All right. Should leave that here in case I need that for the time being. Oop. Okay. So create. So gonna need everything for like a deployer. Actually, you know what? First of all, we need to automate the creation of plates. So let me see. Need one of these. I'm gonna need that deployer eventually. Sure, I'll grab that. You know what? I'll grab this terminal and just bring it with me for the time being. Okay, yeah, the terminal does take up a channel. I was thinking it did, but I couldn't quite remember. All right, so I kind of want enough space to be able to do complex things. Like, where was that thing? All right, so this thing requires this, which requires 3 deployers. So it would be good to have something with enough space for that. So we're looking at like all right, so let's say chest, uh, chest, something, put it out on the belt, space, deployer, deployer, deployer. Let's take it off the belt. Another chest or something like that. Also with space for like pattern things, which I think we should have without too much of an issue here like this. Okay. So essentially this is going to wind up being like this then. Okay, so first one. Well, problem with having them all like this long, of course, is that it has to travel that whole way. So that's slightly less than ideal. Maybe I'll just make them as long as they need to be. Okay, so for the first one, we're going to make it be the press, chest, flat thing, space, the press, space, flat thing, chest. Okay. Should have a few belts on me. There we go. Hmm. Kind of an interesting thought. How am I going to get that up there? I suppose we'll just do it like this. Now I can do belt there and there. Where my chest's at. There we go. Chest here. Chest here. And the site gizmo here and here. Kind of expected that to go at an angle, not just straight on. Yeah, kind of like that. Whatever, as long as it works, I guess. Turn. Use these things. Hmm. Okay. That there. Actually, can I open a chest with it on top? I cannot. That is not unexpected, honestly. Okay, and then this would go. Hmm. Let's take this underneath. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty then, and now I will set up an item thing here. And I just do something like this. There we go. And now any iron plates that I need can be made with that. I need iron and brass. Do I have a brass recipe? Brass. I do not. I should probably set that up then. Okie dokie. So that goes there. That would go there. That would go there. And this would go here. Perfect. Plate. Iron plate, because I know I'm going to need iron plates. Okay, and now create. Actually, I have deploy right here. So to make that, that, uh, that is going to be that, which going to need a grinder. How do I make a grinder? Okay. Okay, so that would be that. That would be that. Pretty sure I also need a drain. Make that work. Where's the drain? Drain, drain, drain. Drain. There we go. Oop. Okay, stripped and copper. Okay. Not there, that there, not there. Eight. Just give one. It does indeed just give one. Do I need a full on two? Okay, okay. So I need to create that. Oh dear. So problem here is I need to create a stripped log, which means can't be going the same way as that. So there we go. Okay. Actually, I'm going to slightly alter this a little bit. Do, do, hmm. So Actually, that could work. Okay, and then pattern. I'll create 2 more of those. Well, you know, I also need that. Uh, Tom, no, not Tom. What are these things called? Funnels. Uh, Give me 4 of them. I mean, I thought I only had 1. Oh dear. Okay, well, you know, floating redstone for the win. Okay, okay. So I need oak. Need an axe. Oh, I have a bunch of those things here. And those things too. Okay, okay. Well, I guess I'll just toss those in there. Uh, Still need that axe though. There we are. Okay, set the recipe. That is not setting the recipe. Okie dokie. Hmm. No, this isn't gonna work, is it? At least not quite like this. You know what? Can I filter? I cannot. All right, is there a lot of things that the lawyer is used for? Okay, let's try going to the end of the list. That's interesting. Looks like it's mostly just used to create different kinds of casings. So, what if instead... What if instead I create that recipe there? Of course, the electron tube thing's going to be a pain over here. Where was the recipe? Oh, it's on my hotbar. Okay. No, actually, all right. Let me just that there, that there, there, and right. Copper ingot. So that there. Uh, oop, I mean, should be able to make one. Yep. Okay. Cool. 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 Now then, if I understand the thing right, throw that there. Okay, so I do need a second grinding wheel. Range. How does this work? Okay, so it looks like it's meant to go in the same direction. Okay. Does it need a pipe attached to it? It kind of looks like it needs a pump attached to it or something. All right, all right, all right. What does it take to make a pump? Pump, pipe, plate. Uh, right. And I guess while I'm at it, okay, because I'm probably gonna need one here. Uh, I'll be able to speed that up eventually. Okay, so tank. No, that's still no work. Why you no work? All right, what happens if I were to do this and this? Still no work. Oh, it worked now. Okay. Interesting. So, right, does it show that in here? It does. So that one doesn't have that. Hmm. Okay, well, whatever. Got that working now. Okay. Funnel. All right, so we need this. Requires this. Which requires this. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. This way, it's essentially one redstone and enriched. Enriched redstone. That there. That there. I have the casings on me, or did I already dump them off? I may have already dumped them all off. Funnel. Let's see. Wait, what? Okay, so that makes that. I never made the andesite tube recipe. I could have swore I did. Alright, well, we should be able to see the ruby thing come through. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oak. Okay. Do this. If I hit it with that. Should be able to take that stripped oak thing and plonk it down. Nice. Okay, and uh, one of these. Add this blacklist. Oop, that was the wrong button. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Just out of curiosity, if I was to continue this downward, okay, it's not the direction I'd want it to go. Need another belt. Belt. In the meantime, oh, need more gears. Oop, that's the wrong button. There we go. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go for a regular patch iron since this is only going to be. Oop, only a single pattern product thing. Threw my cables in here, didn't I? I did. Did indeed. Okay. So that's 4, 5 should be. Well, 6 because of the terminal, but it should ultimately be. Yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. That would be that. All right. And let's see. Deployer. That. Well. That. Use. Get deployer. That. Let's get that. That. That's there. Okay. Oop, that's the wrong one. Actually, that's probably how they should be. Alrighty then. All right, that we should now be able to make a deploy. It should be able to make a deployer just fine. We don't have the deployer recipe, do we? Okay. Just double check. Looks like that is in fact the case. That is fine. Hmm. Let's make 3 deployers. Realize I have all that stuff in there still. There we go. Dookie. Perfect. Okay, now I need actually put that here. You know what? We don't really need space between them. What the? Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, I need 2 more belts. Where are them belts? Belts. There we go. 2 belts. There we go. And give me space. Thing. Chest. Okay. Well, it's actually not really needed, is it? You need to just do this. Do this. And there it is. Okay, so say chest here-ish. Another chest here-ish. Let's go pattern. Another simple one. All right. Okay, what is the thing called? No, you have it. Precision. Your EC. Oops. Okay, so this would be, where am I? There we go. Okay. Small, create, and iron nuggets. Okay, so small gear, that, iron nugs. 64, 64, 64. Actually, okay, so small gear, large gear, iron nugs. All right. Okay, so next we need this, 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 that. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some more water real quick. I'll be right back. And back. So, the issue here, of course, is that this thing has an 80% chance of failure each time it passes through. Which means we're going to be getting a lot of random crap. Oh, also I'm going to need to set up a thing for gold plates. Might even have to keep them stocked in here. Kind of thinking the best way to go about this would probably be uh, integrated dynamics. Which means I need to get the recipe set up for that. Also, I need to go collect the stuff from the house. Okay. Uh, there it is. I see what is black one. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. That's already maxed out. And it kind of means I need to run some more cables here. That dense cable, it is dense cable. Uh, where am I running this to? That should probably be the question that I'm asking. Hmm. Run that around instead. I can and should. Something like that. Okay, okay. Regular cable here. Okay. Just run dense over to it. Nice. And I can continue to use these power cables I have here. Okay, hmm. Well, see, we're gonna have the squeezer here, line basin here. I have under IO stuff. Well, looks like I might not. Under IO. No, they're not there. Okay, okay. Oops, where'd that go? That seems a spot for that to have wound up in. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Uh, so where are those under? There they are. There, found them. Found them. Okay, so want that there. Want that there. Actually, under what are they called? Conduits. Condu. Is there like a better version of that? Does it show one there? What's the point of using that recipe? this one would be far cheaper. All right, all right, all right. So for fluid stuff, we got this. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, and then we have that. We'll do this with just glass, or does it have to be bent? No, it has to be fused quartz of some sort. Actually, that's just clear glass. So use. So if I cook it again to get clear glass, all right, so can that work? Yes, okay, that works. And I should clear out the chest of cooked crap in my old base. There we go. I just realized I have no audio. My headphones have died. One moment. No, not the Bluetooth yo-yo right now. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Wait. No, there's no audio. Why is there no audio? Okay, now I have audio. Okay. Oh, I also need a pattern thing. Okay, so yeah, I can do something like this. Actually, like this. Kind of that. Okay. Okie dokie. And then I can do this and this. Perfect. Oh, that's neat. They didn't used to do that. They used to just be kind of somewhat independent. Okay. So this would be fluid does not extract. You insert on brown. You do extract on green always. Uh, you do extract that always, and then the item always also going to be extracted on green. Well, maybe I'll put that on brown. And this one will not be brown. This one will be blue. Okay, and then this insert. Well, no, because this is also going to have to insert on green. Does not extract fluids, but this does insert and extract. Well, crap. No. we're going to need filters. Filter. Okay, this would be render, filter, 3 of these things. Okay, so this first thing here would be ethereal logs and enriched ethereal logs. Which will go to here. Next will be in this site. Which will go here. And then the next one will be mithril blocks, mithril chunks, and just all right. I also forgot about course stuff. Okay, not that. That's glass. I believe that is what I think it is. Yeah, okay. So that and that. I'll make that. Okay. So that will be coming through here. How do I get this again? Okay. So, chorus fruit and proto chorus. Okay. I'll just grab this. Course fruit. Course fruit is allowed there. Okay. And now so this will be no, I might as well throw this in here since I'm gonna need that. Let's see. Okay, so crystallized whatever is the result of a mithril log. Technically true. Uh, this has a result of breaking that up. Also technically true. And uh, that. No, I'll do this one first. And then that out. That or fruit. Actually, let's say how much fluid we get from this. I think. Oops. May have to adjust fluid levels here. Okay, so okay, so what is that? I believe that's like 8 or something like that. So that divided by 125. Yeah, it's 8. So I need to increase that to 8. How do I increase 2 and 8? What the hell? What's going on here? Okay, okay, okay. Kind of looks like I can't do it unless I actually have the thing. Okay, so throw that into there. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, 8. There we go. Okay, integrated dynamics just to make sure. Crystal meat throw. 1 bucket of that, which we get from the block. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Guaranteed. So awesome. Okay. So now that I have that, let's create some stuff here. Need that. Need that. Need that. Gonna need that. Also gonna need these. Toss those there. Okay, so I'm gonna need that. That. Gonna need that. Did I create a recipe for that already? I think I may have forgotten. I did indeed forget. Okay. These are all crafting recipes. Okay, so mendicite is essentially that. And a mithril log. Ooh, we are out of recipes here. Okay, so maybe I need more on a recipe for this. Gonna need not redstone repeater right now. I need inventory reader. So I need that. I need that. Need that as well. Item interface. Going to need item importers, item exporters. Let's see. Need a terminal here, scripting terminal. Display panel. Those things. Okay. Need that. Probably be useful. Probably also be useful. At least one of those would be useful. We need one of those. Need a disk. Need a variable store. Need that. And we're going to need a terminal. Oop. Okie dokie. Okay, terminal. Okay, so actually do too much with that there. So I don't have to worry about that later. Okay, so I need thing on this inventory. Do we have a straight shot across? We do. Okay. Oh, that's actually somewhat useful. I hadn't even considered that. Okay. So stick the disk here. Store here. Boop. Let's get one. Okay, so I'll just stick that there. All right, let's try refreshing that, see if that. Interesting. That's fine. That's correct. Okay, so maybe I should figure out what exactly I want it to do before I start doing things. So we're gonna need inventory reader. I'm also going to need hmm, well, an item importer. Let's see, this is going to be nope, that's not where that was supposed to go. Oh, come on. Okay. I have to use the shrink device. Okie dokie. And then we're going to need this, this, this. That there. That there. Could be another importer for that. I think ultimately we're going to need 2 importers. That there. Then over here. That one there. And I'm going to need that. Okay, but you're going to be channel 2 or channel 1. Okay. So, do I have variables on me? No, but I'm going to need that. It's time for sleep. Oh, wait, is there no? Oh, so I have audio, but there's no game audio for the stream. God damn it. Oh, well. Whatever. What we're doing doesn't really require a whole lot in the way of audio. Though there's probably ways I could fix that, honestly. Let me see if I just disconnect and reconnect my headphones. That might fix it. Nope. I can hear it, but I can see that OBS can't. Alright, I have no idea how to fix that. The game's just going to be silent for the rest of the stream. That's okay. You guys don't really need to be able to hear anything. Okay, so I need variables. That's what I need. That'll do. Okay, so I still have that gold plate on me. I do not. Gold plate. I go ahead and maintain a stack 064. That's probably way too much. All right, so I'm going to need a couple of chests here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I should do this off camera. Plus, I'm kind of tired. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream for now. I'll work on this more off camera. Otherwise, I'm just going to be kind of sitting there staring at into nothing for a while. And since the game has no audio for you guys, no reason to keep going. So, thank you for watching.